The Xbox Developer Direct is on the horizon, and it does look like there's a greater mystery that surrounds this unannounced game. So, let's try to figure that one out. Up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So last week, Xbox did in fact reveal this impending Developer Direct, and fans were excited to hear this news. Of course, we're going to be getting good looks at some highly anticipated games like Doom: The Dark Ages and South of Midnight. But talk was centered around this mystery game and what that could possibly be. Now, we did cover a few options on this here channel, and they range from that heavily rumored Oblivion remake, Everwilds, and potentially Final Fantasy 16. As for that Final Fantasy news, many people think that if this is the route that Square Enix and Xbox are going to take, this would most likely include 7 Remake and Rebirth down the line. Now, I want to be clear, it's very likely all the games we just mentioned could in theory show up, mainly because the majorities have rumors attaching them to 2025, and that's all in some way, shape, or form. But keep in mind, Xbox will have a summer showcase later this year as well. This kind of grants Xbox the very rare opportunity to not rush these announcements out the door, and just kind of let these things marinate a little more. And for the first time in a long while, Xbox isn't really devoid of games and announcements that could come with them. And just kind of looking ahead for Xbox, they got a pretty busy year ahead of them as far as releases go. I mean, just kind of thinking here, we could get Avowed and The Outer Worlds 2 in the same calendar year. I don't know about you, but us RPG fans are gonna be eating good as long as everything goes to plan. But as far as today's rumor goes, it looks like we may have a better picture as to what this mystery game could be. And it sounds like Xbox is gonna be bringing the heat. This news comes to us from Jez Corden, of course coming from Windows Central, and this is what he had to say. Quote, "There's also mysterious fourth game, and I won't spoil what it is. But our sources indicate that it's a new entry in a legendary Japanese IP, which has decades of history and should make a lot of fans happy." He later goes on to state that Xbox has actually been working hard within this region of the world, and I don't think that's really any secret. And they gained a lot of support from studios like Square Enix, Hoyoverse, which is of course behind Genshin Impact, along with Sega Atlas for Persona. Now, albeit Jez is pretty much casting a broad net when it comes to what this quote could possibly mean, and we could see a lot of different games and franchises fall under this umbrella. But it does technically rule out Final Fantasy 16 and the 7 remakes. This is because Jez specifically said this is a brand new entry in a legendary IP that has decades of history. Now, it goes without saying here too, there have been rumors of a Final Fantasy 9 remake or a tactics game. So hey, that could possibly be it. Now, more likely candidates for a reveal could fall under Persona 6, which, if we really want to talk about Microsoft and Sega's relationship, that's been going over pretty damn well lately. We've seen Persona 3 Reload as a day one Game Pass release, and they got the marketing rights to Metaphor Refantasio, which happened to be Atlas's fastest selling game ever. So a rather far out there announcement of Persona 6, that could further this relationship. Now, a rather quick rumor I did happen to hear about out there was Echo the Dolphin, so let's keep an eye on that. And this is mainly because Sega recently filed a trademark, but I gotta tell ya, if this game is just Echo the Dolphin, people are gonna be mad. I mean, that's not entirely to bag on Echo. I, for one, actually played a fair amount of Echo in my youth. But when comparing this game to Persona 6, Final Fantasy, or even Oblivion, yeah, the math ain't mathin' there. Finally, there are some really far out there rumors for a theory around Ninja Gaiden, which, hey, Xbox does have a newly formed AAA studio that does have a game coming out in 2025. So we really don't know too much about that game or this studio, and a developer direct, it kinda makes sense. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass this one off to you guys. What do you think this game could possibly be? Is it Final Fantasy? Is it Oblivion? Or Ninja Gaiden? But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.